Got it.
All right, now I'm getting that it's being live streamed. Do I hit got it?
Yeah, you can hit got it, and that's it. Okay, so here we are. I'm gonna shut that one off. And then I'm gonna go here. Okay, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome. This is Ian Sousa, founder of Healing the Global Village, owner of Global Firewalk Institute, and the creator of Here We Are, Soulful Mondays. And I am live streaming through Zoom recording and live streaming here on YouTube, my YouTube channel. So please do look us up on Ian Sousa YouTube channel, Soulful Mondays. And also, if you would be so kind to subscribe, that would be great. So here we are. I'll say again, Soulful Mondays is just simply about that. Not just being soulful on Mondays. I also want to just honor Lord Shiva. And I picked Mondays because it is Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. It's Lord Shiva Day. And that's important for the world, not just me, I feel, and what that is and all of that. So I have with me today a dear sister, friend, elder in Dagara medicine, like myself, and medicine woman, and a woman of many, many talents, Darshanna Brooks, and somebody who is world traveler with me too. We've done a few things, let's just say. So the other thing about Soulful Monday is this isn't a pre-edited recording. This is raw, real, and live. So what it is what it is. I also want to say, because I believe in transparency, the time here in Florida is 7:30 a.m. Normally I do 11:11 a.m. But at 11:11 a.m. I am going to be on a plane, and the first time in over 2 years. So where I'm going, well, hey, you'll have to stay tuned to find out, because I'm not telling you. It's a mystery. But yeah, so we're not at 11:11. However, we are on Monday. And in about 7 minutes, there'll be a sound of an alarm. And every Monday, Soulful Monday, usually at 11:11, I like to have a moment of silence. And the moment of silence is for the world. It's for humanity, and it's for the souls of humanity and the souls that have crossed and left the physical realm. And what I say is, why not? Why not? Minute? We have that. I believe we have that. So why not? So no more about that said. I'd like you to know, and the transparency of what's behind me here, which is a big flame of God. That's right. That's what I said. The Spirit of God, the flame of God. There's a lot here. And you can come and cafeteria that however you like, to your God, to your spirit, to your medicine, to your gifts. Ultimately, that's what it's about for me, is spiritual entrepreneur, practitioners, healers, VPs having tea with me, and elevating our gifts to the world. The time is now. And again, why not? So I'm going to let Darshanna introduce herself, a little bit of where you come from, and then you may be speaking. We hear the alarm, we stop, we have a minute of silence, and then she goes back into speaking. So welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Darshanna, I live in Berwick, Maine. I've been a nurse for 32 years, and I have done everything from pediatrics to hospice. My favorite, of course, was hospice. Working with the families and people dying is an honor for me. I'm a Reiki master. I've done a lot of work with Ian. um, as a diviner, as a fire walker. Went to India with Ian. We've been around the clock, sister, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Sure. Well, thank you. And where was the first time we met, huh? New Hampshire?
I met you in Alice's store,
Oh, right.
and I had a divination with you, and that's all it took.
Yeah, those divinations, there's something, huh? Mhm.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I know for me, as I say, many things in the world, right? But one of the most profound gifts that I feel we can really experience in life is the gift of witness. And that's what I feel truly blessed to have witnessed you. I remember you calling your husband. You lived in Florida. Now,
Yeah.
interesting, you're in New Hampshire and I'm in Florida. We flipped. So that was several years ago, I guess, right? But
Oh, yeah.
I remember you calling your husband because you were going just for a vacation back to New Hampshire and said, I met this woman. Can I stay for 6 months?
Yeah. And he was so gracious as to say, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, funny. So let's pinpoint that right there. Folks, when you know, you know. And so what was it? That's a beautiful entry. Because, okay, so you had a divination, you could have whatever. It's not about the divination. It's about, okay, you met somebody, it could have been, Jackie, Joe, John, whoever, you just happen to meet me, boom, something arced, something ignited.
Mhm.
And an average person might say, oh, I can't do that. I live in Florida. You didn't go here. And I witnessed that. And we talked about that. You didn't go here. You went here. And
Mhm.
it's like, this is the medicine right now to feed my soul. Fair to say?
Mhm. Absolutely.
And even though you lived in Florida, and how was you going to do that? And where were you going to live? And, I just happened to have I think it was a 6-month apprenticeship
Mhm.
going on, and space was available for you. And she reminded me of Artemis. She was like an arrow, and you just went for it. Um, you know, what is it in the world for us that becomes the obstacles and the blocks to really preventing us from listening soulfully to what might feed us and sustain us? Huh?
Mm. Wow.
Yeah.
I get in my own way sometimes, truly.
Mhm.
If I'll want something, but can I, every excuse in the book to not do it.
Mhm.
But when I met you, it was really strange because I was in Florida and I stood in my bedroom. Okay.
So we're going to have that moment of silence for the souls of humanity on the planet, and for the souls that have passed. Thank you.
Ooh.
Yes, and you were saying.
I was standing in my bedroom in Florida and I looked up and said, God, I need a shaman in my life. And little did I know that Jeff had bought me a ticket back to New Hampshire. And I met you, and you were offering a woman shamanic group. I mean, what you ask for, you get. And I sure got it. It was like, and that's why I knew that I was to be here and do your course. I asked for it and I received it, and I had to do it. And it was the best thing I've done ever.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you. And you asked for it, and we all ask for things. People, places, things in our life. We have desires, we have dreams, we have visions. But witnessing you, and I remember you said, I asked for a shaman. I said, well, I don't call myself a shaman, but shamans call me shamans, and the grandmother shamans call me shamans, but I don't. People say, oh, you're a medium or you're a shaman. It's like, well, I don't really. I just know that I'm here and I'm present, and my mission is to listen soulfully to the best of my ability. And that was the thing that, honestly, if I can say the word, impressed me about you, is that because I remember you saying, I was in Florida, I was in my room, and I looked up and said, dear God, I need a medicine person, shaman, and it's time, and boom. But you listened. You listened. And even though the mental mind and ego had all the roadblocks, you can't do that. How are you going to afford it? You live in Florida. Where are you going to live for 6 months in New England, in New Hampshire? And it's like you went soulfully in with the arrow, and then you pulled the strands to some of the details. But those were secondary. The primary was that you listen to the soul, the heart, to move yourself to remember who you are.
Mhm. Definitely.
Yeah. You know this because you're a medicine woman. I'm a medicine woman. Today, tomorrow, I'm a jackass and a donkey. I mean, whatever, right? And like I said, this is uncut, real, and raw. So the labels, not so much. Do I have credentials to where I've been and studied all around the world and been brought up with elders and indigenous culture? Absolutely. And that's something for sure. Like you, initiated uh, as an elder in the Dagara medicine. And so in these times, without us getting into the weeds of all the political to what we believe and what we don't believe, more than ever, I feel, I hear, I sense, I see that humanity is in the world as we knew it is for sure gone. And we are for sure in a crisis. And I know people talk about, this political, that political, this particular thing in the world, the economy, this. For me on Soulful Mondays, the crisis is not about stuff. It's about humanity's crisis to soul sleeping. I mean, so because so much has shifted in the world. So what might you have to say about that? And, what are some of the ways we heard? Very profound, even with the obstacles, what perceived obstacles of a different state, that you still listened so that you can, and that was how many years ago?
Oh boy.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
maybe
it.
15, maybe.
That was
It's been
some
a while.
time ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now, you've been initiated as an elder. You've gone through several medicines. And talk a little bit, if you would, because I too was a grief counselor, and I know we've shared at length about the gem when you blessed to be present, silent and present at the bedside of somebody who is transitioning out of a physical body into their soul journey.
Um, it's just such an honor to be present with somebody who's journeying. And right now, my sister-in-law is transitioning. And tomorrow, Jeff and I go sit with her, and we're doing this together. And it's beautiful. It's being there for the family, being there for her. And the other day I was visiting with her, and she looked at me and said, Darshanna, would you please do Reiki for me?
Mm.
And what an honor that was. And doing the Reiki with her, I felt the duality of how she's feeling.
Mm.
She's kind of in a battle of she wants to go because it's so painful being in her body, but she doesn't want to leave her children because they lost their dad 14 months ago. And so it's this duality for her. And when I got done doing the Reiki, I felt like she was easing into it more, that she was more accepting. And I'm just so honored, that I'm going to be able to be with her tomorrow. I'll be with her about 6 hours. And what an honor. I just feel like it's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
And can you tell us her name?
Her name is Sheila.
And so this is Jeff's brother's wife, right? Because I remember when Jeff's brother died.
Yes.
Wow.
She was going through chemo when he passed away. She had ovarian cancer.
That's right. Mhm.
And she went through 3 rounds of chemo, and the 4th one just really, she couldn't do it. It was too much. And they told her she was inoperable. And now the tumor has blocked off the whole intestine. So, and she's very distended and very painful. And she's on morphine now around the clock. And it's a matter of time. And I'm just so grateful I can be there to help her with her transition and to be there for her kids, to help them accept that mom has got to go.
Wow, wow, wow. So yeah, let's wow, for surely. I've been praying since his brother. But folks, this is like real life here, right? This is real life. And so
Yep.
being able to be present, watching, sensing, feeling the soul physically leave a body and then go on to the next journey is it's quite a gift. Yeah, it's quite a gift. And it's intense.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah. Well, I'm not happy. I mean, can't say that, but I'm grateful that Jeff has you and she has you and the kids and the family have you, because I know who you are in being present for somebody when they're making their soulful journey out of the physical body. So blessings to you and your family. And, thank you for listening always, even if you don't like it.
There have been times.
Thank you truly. You do. You are a soulful sister. And that's not, some catchy phrase. I'm talking like, real deal, soulfully. And I know, you've been very present for me in my own life, and hopefully I've been present for you in your life. And
Absolutely, Anne.
yeah, so it's nice, folks, it's nice when you can have a like-minded kin, huh? And that's, this is what this is like an octopus here on Soulful Mondays. It's several prongs. But I had my master teacher on last week, and he went right in like an arrow. Beautiful, Somananda. And as I said to him, as I say to many, Soulful Mondays is here just to bring a language, a thought, a word, and an action. Because a thought, a word, and an action can actually bring about this tumbling of a movement that can create a transformation. So when people, those that watch this live, those that see this recording later, uncut, because I don't edit anything, share it. It's 21 minutes, thereabouts, usually 21, 33 minutes. Share it with your people. I have a few people that don't have Facebook, they're not on social media, but they want to listen to the different players, people, healer, practitioners, average people in the world, everyday people in the world, because folks, we all have a soul. Some of us may feel soulfully asleep, not alive, just going through the mundane, getting up, go to work, go home, go to bed, get up, go to work, go home, go to bed. And there's like this, mechanicalness going. And what I say is jump out every once in a while and just listen. Go out to nature, sit under a tree, listen to the birds, sit at an ocean, watch a sunrise, have silence, have a half a day of silence. We call it mauna. Write in a journal, do a fasting, whatever that is for you, look it up. Do a purification process, do a sauna, give yourself a hot tub, give yourself a footbath. I mean, these are little trinkets that can bring about transformation. Do some yoga, do some asana, do some meditation, pranayama. There's many things we can do in a day that can reawaken the heart and the soul. It's not just about this mechanical going through for the material ism in the world. Because folks, as I say every Monday, we can live in the world, but we don't have to be worldly. And because I am that, unedited, uncut, we also don't have to, you don't have to sell out your soul to gain this. And in the shadow work, we call that prostitute. You don't have to prostitute yourself out, sell it out anymore. I was just talking with a brother last week, and he was talking about prostituting himself. I'm not talking about sex here, folks. I'm talking about like prostituting yourself, your soul, to gain this, to do this, to be this. So how do you, the viewer, listen, as we just heard so eloquently, so passionately, so divinely, Darshanna? Now I see her 15 years later, and it's like, who would you be if you didn't listen at that moment?
I'd be very stuck. Very stuck. I wouldn't be doing half of what I've done, for sure, if I did not listen. And that's the one gift I've always had, is to listen. Thank you, God, because there's been so many things that have come in my path and I've gone through it because I've listened.
Yeah. So actually, that's another great gem that you just noted here is listen. And, if you're fighting it along the way, it's okay. You'll be okay. Folks will be okay. Just listen. Listen to the soul. But, there's so much penetration from the world right now. There's so much loud noise. There's so much unrest happening, and it's all real, right? There's so much dismantling going on. So, what is the way that you, the viewer here, can give yourself the grace, the space, and the place? Just unplug for 20 minutes a day to listen and see what you can feed yourself from. What I like to say is there's a whole infinite supply of enough from the Soulful menu. So any last words, thoughts? I always like to have the guests give some little nugget of, like takeaway, not advice, not ritual prescription, but a takeaway for the viewer, a practice that you do that they might be able to grab onto to help them in a day.
I guess what I would have to say is just listen to your heart. When your heart tells you something, go with that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I think that's God calling you.
Oh, it's about my sister-in-law.
Okay, thank you very much. And there you have it. Blessings on your journey. I love you, and I'll see you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello. This is Darshanna. What's going on, Virginia? She passed? When did she pass?